Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken Johnson. You'll probably be either seeing this on YouTube or you will be seeing this from the Kickstarter backers of The Man Who Watched Batman Volume 1. I've done a lot of updates in the past of what I've been doing for both Kickstarter and for YouTube, but I wanted to make this one a little bit more personal, and I wanted to address a lot of my Kickstarter people a little bit more personally. So before I get started, I just want to say right off the bat, to all the people that backed my book on Kickstarter, I don't even remember how many of you guys there are at this point, but thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot say that enough. When I created this thing, to even think that there was a couple of people out there who would be even willing to spend a little bit of their time taking a look at something I've worked on. This is the very first project I've ever worked on. I've ever actually asked people for money to make it. I mean, they've even charged people money to experience it. And that was such a weird experience for me, and it's still something I take a lot of pride in. I take it very seriously, as far as the kind of quality something I bring out, if it's going to be something I charge people money for. But to have you guys, out of the goodness of your hearts, and out of the interest for this project, for some of you guys, complete strangers, donating as much as $50 or more to this project just blows my mind. Multiple of you even. I don't know what to say other than thank you. And on top of that, that's what makes it so much more difficult that it's taken so long to get you guys your rewards. It's taken so long to get this book into a printable shape. It's been available for a long time normally, but getting into a printable shape has been really, really difficult. So in that regard, our first segment here, I just kind of want to talk about where that progress exactly is at, and also some useful stuff for you non-Kickstarter people to know about my book. So, there's going to be a link listed below, but at DriveThruComics.com right now is the best place to get a working, DRM-free digital copy of The Man Who Watched Batman Volume 1. It's set as a pay-as-you-want right now, it's suggested for 99 cents, so you can pay a cent, you can pay $10, you can pay anything you want. Whatever you feel this book is worth, and whatever you want to do to help support further books in this long, long series. How long? We'll get back to that in a minute. That's the best way you can get a hold of it. Obviously, Kickstarter donors, you guys are all going to be getting a separate link that's going to give you guys your copies absolutely for free. And for those of you guys who already have copies, I do still recommend you download these copies. They're formatted a little bit better, and having been accepted these copies, it gives you the option to leave a review on the DriveThru Comics site, and I highly suggest that you do that because it helps me out a great deal to see. I mean, obviously, if you like the book, if you don't like it, I'm not going to encourage you to go on there and. Although you're welcome, but I'm just saying, if you really like the book and you want to help support it, the best thing you can do is to go on there and just leave a quick little thumbs up review of the book, and that's greatly appreciated to me. That being said, I am currently literally waiting right now for what I believe is finally going to be the correct formatted softcover versions, and eventually, very shortly after, this hardcover versions of this book ready to go for print. Now, if this site does what it says it's supposed to do, this should be the absolute easiest way for me to get all of you guys your softcover and hardcore copies, where I can literally put you guys all on an email list. I carry all of the shipping costs up front, and the thing will automatically send each of you guys from print to site your copies of the book. That's the easiest way. If not, I'm going to have to go through and manually do it, which isn't the end of the world, but this is easier. And it has to be through the site regardless anyways, because that's the best way to do it. That being said, as soon as that's all done, and everyone has their books, and I promise you this will not happen until everyone has their books, and I'll get back to that in a minute. I have an important announcement for you guys. Man Who Watched Batman Volume 2 is almost done. I haven't been really talking about this too much, but I've been working diligently on Volume 2. The next 28 episodes of the show, which would be 29 through 56. I am so horrible at math. Wait a minute. It'd be 30, 60 minus 4, 56. Yes, 56. So episodes 29 through 56. I am almost done. But that being said, I just want to announce for you guys that yes, as many people have been asked, or as you've been said before, there will in fact be a Kickstarter for Man Watch Batman Volume 2. Now, as a creator, this is my solemn promise, my hand to Gotham right now, that I will not post this Kickstarter until every single person from the original Kickstarter received every single one of their incentives, received every single one of their perks. That is my promise to you guys, because I know that you guys are going to be probably my first supporters, and many of you are very likely, and have spoken before, that you are very likely to continue to support the later episodes of the series. And I want to make sure that every single one of you gets exactly what you deserve before any of the Volume 2 stuff kicks off. That being said, I haven't been able to announce it yet, but I have actually a very special someone who is going to be doing the front cover for Volume 2, and I could not be any more excited to work with this person. Hopefully by this point we're also going to get the full forward from Nightmare World's Dirk Manning included in the book, and also potentially I might be getting a separate back cover for the book. I don't know yet. Anyways, that's the next thing coming up. But the other thing I want to cover really quickly going on this is so many people have also asked, what books am I covering? Or at least how long the series is going to go. When I say full DC animated universe, what do I mean? That can be a complicated question. So in a very quick nutshell, I'm going to explain this. So for those of you guys who are curious, the episodes I refer to typically as the DC Animated Universe are specifically the ones in canon to Batman the Animated Series, which is a set of video games, movies, TV shows, all that are considered part of what is known as the Timverse. And I'm primarily going to be starting with just the TV shows and the direct in-canon movies. There is some stuff connected that's considered part of the Timverse or the Diniverse in video games, which I might be doing some coverage on. But no promises yet. Part of that might be a full-length Let's Play of the Arkham series, because the first two of those are in the Diniverse. I'm not sure yet. But, going just off of television shows, and the movies directly associated with them, this means I'll be covering all 4 seasons of Batman the Animated Series, a combined book covering highlights of the 3 seasons of Superman the Animated Series, I'm going to be covering all seasons of Batman Beyond. I'm going to be covering Static Shock in either condensed or full form. I haven't decided yet. And I'm going to be covering the big finale of it, which is going to be covering all 4 seasons of Justice League. And, 2 seasons of Justice League, 2 seasons Justice League Unlimited. And that is what is considered by many as the direct Timverse. Where I go from there, that's a tricky question. What am I going to cover after that? Do I go Young Justice? Do I go Teen Titans? There's a lot of stuff that's not technically Timverse canon that I have had requests from people to do, in particular Teen Titans. So we'll see where that's going to go. I'm going to be starting to release these books at a much faster rate, only because I've gotten a lot more of the hurdles out of the way, and I'm confident these things are going to sell. I'm going to be going convention crazy next year. And so I'm going to be posting frequently where you guys can find me at conventions to track down your copies, and hopefully, meet up with me there. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to make special amendments to this original set, where it'll be made very clear in your text that your copies that you guys are receiving are actually going to be, in fact, the Kickstarter donated copies, especially I can't technically do edition numbers, but I can do like a direct imprint paragraph in there saying that these are the Kickstarter editions. You guys, thank you for supporting me, all that kind of stuff. Sorry for talking your ears off, ladies and gentlemen, but I want to make sure that I communicate this stuff as personally to you guys as possible. If you have any feedback or anything like that you want to send along, feel free to email me at deadmeninc@gmail.com, DEADMENINK. There's going to be a link in the description down below. There's also some links to some other places you can get a hold of me, YouTube, Twitch, all that kind of stuff. So Until next time, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for all your continued support. And I look forward to see where this adventure takes us. See you next time.